Welcome, guys. Episode 3. What the hell do I do? Now, here's a problem I didn't think I had. I got these windows installed, and they told me they were tinted, and I thought that meant no one could see in, but clearly, this is what people were seeing for months, and I had no idea. Alright, today's project. Let's fix this freaking curtain. Let's make a new one. Let's make it sexy, and let's make it weird. So here, I've got a layout of my current curtain. I know the length is good. We're gonna make it wider, and here's what we're gonna replace it with. Not this. So what I'm doing here is I'm just breaking them down, you know? I first tried to take a razor blade and a thread remover and go stitch by stitch by stitch by stitch, but I had 15 bags to do. The scissors worked incredible and they left the edges crispy. Burlap sacks are hard enough to stitch, but stitching them with all that extra string is just a pain in the ass, and this worked perfect. Forgot to record a bunch of stuff, but I stitched all the bags together. Now I'm just making the little hangers like this. So I trimmed off the last of the bottom. You can see it's getting shit everywhere, kind of fun. It's in my nose, it's everywhere. But I need 18, I've got 15. I'm gonna show you the process for the last 3. Now, these don't have to be perfect by any means. I'm gonna give us some music, don't worry about it. These don't have to be perfect by any means, like I said, so we're just kind of trimming however we really want to. It doesn't matter. We're going for like a kind of crazy look, so we can be adventurous, you know what I mean? And these scissors are extremely heavy, so I'm getting a pump just using the goddamn scissors, but it feels good. And last cut. Ding! Ah! Alright, so now what I gotta do is I gotta stitch them closed on both sides like this, and then I'll trim them to 12 inches so they look like that. Alright, so all I'm gonna do is fold it over. Come on in a little closer. There we go. So I'm folding it in, just putting it under the sewing machine, maybe. Come on, bitch. Oh shit, I forgot. I broke the needle earlier, so let's get a new needle in here. I don't know if you can see that, but I broke it. So, after doing some digging, it turns out they were in my pocket. That's okay. And this is what it looks like when it's good. Alright, so folding it over, we're not really worrying about consistency. Jamming it in there, stuffing the needle in. She deserves it anyways. Close our little foot. Start. Fuck! Just broke another one. Now this was new to me. You know, I had never done a big stitching project, and this was much more enjoyable than I thought. Once I got past the whole breaking the needles, going too fast, tangling my thread, and even learning how to thread those little bobbins, this was quite an enjoyable process. Like I said earlier, these little fragments made it a little difficult and a little bit of a pain, but once trimmed up, everything worked out easily. Now this was unplanned, but I actually had a 12-inch ruler, and these little offcuts worked perfect. They were the perfect length for the curtain loops. And then you're gonna see them. Closing them, stitching them closed, and then I'm gonna lay them out on the actual curtain, and then we're gonna get them stitched on. So closing them up, they look good. All right, so here's what they'll look like. I'm gonna stitch them on the back side as opposed to this side. I'm not gonna measure because everything is chaotic. Why would I make it perfect? So
Let's get these bad boys stitched onto the main sheet from the back side. Hey, get your ass off of there, boy. And let's get her done.
Now I lied. I said I didn't measure, but truth is I did. The curtains were 72 inches long. I had 9 loops per each curtain. 72 is divisible by 9, so it worked perfect. And here you go, getting the first one stitched on. Gonna show you in a second. Didn't do perfect, but they're high enough to where you can't see these stitches, and I like it. It's a good look.
All right, let's take the old ones down. Now, keep in mind, this curtain rod's broken, so don't worry about that. Down. All right, 2 down. Let's go up with the new ones. Now, all right. Seven, 8, and 9. Okay. Kinda cool. Oh yeah, that's sweet.
Favorite part of the project right here. And this is my old flame right here. I love this tube coping jig. It's extremely easy to use. It's super rigid. And it's got angle indicators all the way up to, I think, 65 degrees. And if you need a little bit more, if you look at the top left corner of where you put your pins in, I coped it so I could get almost 90 degrees. And here you go. I just needed to make 3 of these. This was a quick, easy fabrication process. It's just 1.5" DOM tubing. And those are gonna slide over the fixtures I put into the wall. You'll see in a second. Now, I usually prefer to TIG weld projects like this, but the truth is, I ran out of argon. I still had half a tank of CO2 argon, and the MIG welder was ready. This was so easy to MIG weld. It took me probably from start to finish to fabricate this, I'd say 20 minutes. And I also debated, I'll just tack it. This really isn't gonna take a lot of load, and 4 tacks should be enough, but I sat back and I was like, it's 3 pieces to weld. If I got 4 tacks, that's 4 quadrants per piece. Couple seconds a quadrant, I'll be done in under 2 minutes. And it's true. You see there, 1 quadrant, 2 quadrant, move over, do the same thing with the next one. Make sure I'm moving my wrist. That one wasn't perfect. So you can see there, I'm maintaining a consistent angle between the piece and my wrist. So as much as I didn't want to MIG weld it, it was pretty good practice. It was an easy MIG weld. There we go, finishing it up. Welds are looking pretty decent, technique is looking pretty decent, and it's been interesting watching myself weld because you make a lot of mistakes that you don't realize you make as you're doing the thing. So this has been a great learning process for me as well, watching myself work. Now here we go. I was being patient. I actually let it cool down about 90%. It still bubbled up in one spot, but didn't bubble up on the whole thing, so that was good. Now you can't see this in this video, which is good, but if you weld all on one side of a piece of metal, it's gonna bow. And that happens in stair stringers, especially when you have a long section of tubing and weld all the stairs on one side. But if you look close enough, you can see in that center tube, it actually bowed up about 3/16 and almost a 1/4 inch. Luckily for me, this got mounted on the wall and it's basically unnoticeable. Even for my eye and someone who gets bothered by every single little thing, especially as a maker, I did not get bothered and I don't even notice the gap. So here we go. Sexy red laying on good, light glistening off that paint, and it looks fantastic. Everything came out straight.
So, removed everything, filled the old holes, pre-drilled. I thought I was gonna have to use concrete anchors, or drywall anchors, but it turns out I was lucky and I placed them in perfect positions where the studs are. Now, we're gonna mount it with this really cool hardware I just came up with, just got them from the machine shop. Beautiful, polished stainless steel. Now I painted red, but I couldn't bring myself to paint these beauties. But these are really cool because what I do is I take this screw and this goes straight into the wood like that. I'll put a little washer in there and you'll see no hardware whatsoever. And then the bottom of the tube, we're gonna have a set spring or a set screw so this doesn't come out. It's gonna be pretty slick. Now I'm just waiting for the mud to dry and then we're gonna mount these. All right, she's dry. So, let's get these mounted. Well, the driver's stuck inside there and I don't know how I'm gonna get it. Oh, ha. Oh, that's fucking rock solid. 2 more. Let's get this bad boy mounted. Look at that. Yeah. Woo! Okay. The curtain rod is ready. Everything is stitched. Everything is ready for assembly, and we even 3D printed cement caps. So, let's put these bad boys on here like that, yeah. Give it a little tap. Make sure it's nice and crooked. Come on. Fix it. I made the tolerances a little too tight, but all right, give me a second. Okay. Perfect. One more side to do. Hey, Coco. Hey, Coco. Okay, let's see if we can get this one on ready. Perfect. Line it up. Line it up. Zoom out. Zoom out. And give it a freaking, oh. That's perfect. All right. Those are on. Let's get curtains threaded on the rod, and then let's get her hung up.
Final assembly. The most exciting part about the project. Oh God, this feels so good. When the idea starts in your head and you cannot get it out until you just get to work. And if it turns out good like this one did to me, then this part is so satisfying. You can see the smile on my face. I am so happy to get this thing up.
All right.
Get this thing mounted.
Are we ready? Drag it. Pull it. Squeeze it. Twist it. Nice. Nice. Now that is slick. What do we think, huh? Can't even get the whole thing in film. Nice.
Thanks for watching, guys. Episode 3, What the Hell Do I Do?